Okay, guys, here we are for match one with Galvanic here in Pauper. Um, and it takes a while to get a match in Pauper sometimes. Again, not that many people playing. Um, okay, so here we have pretty much the combo in our hands, so I think we're going to keep this one. All we need is another creature. And, we have 8 of them in there and 8 draw spells, so 16 ways to get there. So I'm pretty happy with keeping this here. And let's go Forest Wild Growth. And this kind of another thing about this deck is that with all those enchantment spells, it comes off looking like we're playing hexproof or something else. Okay, Slivers is going to be tough. We're not going to really be able to race Slivers. Um, so hopefully we stay alive until we draw a mana dude, and then we'll be able to go nuts. And I'm going to play Galvanic just as a blocker, although I don't know how long he'll be able to block for. Okay, another. So you see how even with 14 lands, you get so much mana that it really doesn't matter. We're going to pick blue for that one, and Fertile Ground can tap for red, so we have plenty of fixing, we'll call it. And it doesn't matter what we pay with here. Let's just pass, yeah. And our opponent is probably like, what the heck is this guy doing? So hopefully we draw land, or Brainstorm would be really good right about now. Okay, so let's block. Doesn't matter who. Okay, save some life total here. Another Galvanic, that's not going to help too much, but we can run him out there. I mean, if the Karavek's Torch were Rolling Thunder, well, we still wouldn't have 2 red, so just yet. I was going to say, at least we could cap some people here. Again, opponent probably still in WTF mode. Like, what is this guy doing? With these terrible cards from Avacyn Restored. Let's see. More Slivers. Slivers is a beefy deck. I actually have that deck. I could play some games for you with that if you like. It's very linear, and it's very good against decks with no removal, and it's terrible against decks with lots of removal because you end up just kind of playing mediocre dudes. Okay. And we're in big trouble here unless we can get to, one of our lots of options here. So let's just pass. If he has another, I mean, maybe I could have burned one of the lords there just to stay alive longer, but then we have to draw a dude and a burn spell, so, okay. Yeah, because now we're just dead. Right? No, not yet. We can chunk block. Oh, God. Oof. Is that lethal? I don't think so. Let's chunk with these guys, because all we need really is Arbor Elf, and we win. Oh, and that's a fail there. Okay. So let's try again. And like I said, it's unlikely the deck is going to work. It doesn't work all the time, but when it does, it just feels so sweet. although it would feel a lot better in person than online. This is not a good Magic Online deck because you have to click 10 million times. There's no way to automate the process, and you can click wrong and ruin it, whereas in real life, there's not really such a thing. So let's see what happens here. Our opponent just did what Slivers does and played 2 mana Glorious Anthem dudes and ran us over. And that's a strategy. It works occasionally, but Slivers is just like this deck in a way. It's incredibly high variance. Um, okay, let's see what we can do here. Yeah, we'll play first. Okay. Ugh. So this is missing a forest, which is pretty bad. So we're gonna mulligan that. This seems like a good hand to me. We have almost everything we need, and a draw spell if we can get some mana up. And I don't think he's playing any removal. I mean, my Sliver deck, I have 4 Prey Upon in the sideboard because the slivers get a lot bigger than whatever your opponent's creatures are going to get in this format. So there's that. So that card is pretty effective, but I don't think everybody plays that. Um, usually aside from sliver creatures, the only cards you would play in that deck are like Rancor, as we saw, and maybe Armadillo Cloak. Which, yeah, that's in this format, and yeah, that's not a fair card in this format. Okay, so we'll go Forest, Wild Growth. And then we can go Sprawl for blue. And we can go for Elf. And now next turn we have enough mana to cast Treasure Cruise. That's for sure. Okay. So opponent's stuck on 1 land here. That's pretty interesting. Do we cruise or do we cast Verdant Haven and Alchemist? Let's let's do it this way. We're gonna cast Alchemist. We're gonna soul on him. Maybe I should have cast Haven first. Yeah, that would have done it. Okay, so next turn, I think we have infinite mana now. We just we need a burn spell, and a couple more enchant lands would make it go faster. But we can cast Treasure Cruise for sure and see how that goes. Okay. Opponent gonna attack us for 3, but we're at 22, so we're a long ways away from dying here. We have a really good shot at going off. Okay, so let's tap those 2 down right away. Tap this. We'll get a red. Doesn't really matter. And tap the forest. Tap the forest again. Okay, so now we have 10 mana. Let's Okay, so this adds +1 per go, which is kind of annoying. So let's see if we can do a little better. Um, okay, let's do this a few times in order to generate more mana. Okay, so let's cast Treasure Cruise. Okay, and we drew another Alchemist. That doesn't really help us go off here. So let's just untap our dude. Use the wrong mana there. Untap the forest. Okay. Let's cast Galvanic. Let's untap our guy. So you see, we have infinite mana. It's just in a really annoying configuration. And let's pass the turn here. We have 19 life. We're not dead anytime in the next turn. Maybe 2 turns. I don't know. Yeah, because that stacks pretty quick. Okay, can I block him? Flanking? Yeah, I think I can. Okay. Well, fertile ground, that makes more mana. So that makes it a little less annoying. And we're also thinning our deck out here so we can more likely draw into. Now we have 7 draw spells and 6 uh, fireballs or whatever, so that's 13 out of 45. So kind of like a 1 in 4, 1 in 3, 1 in 4 shot at hitting. Um, okay, so let's just pass turn here. And, we got, oh god, yeah. So we're not looking good on chances here, especially because, what is that, 6, 11, and I'm just going to take that. Because it doesn't, I don't think blocking buys us another turn anyway. Okay, and that's game. Ah, we got lucky. 2, 3, 4. Tap. Okay. 1 red, 1 more blue. Okay. Up the forest. Green. Now this is a lot of clicking, and hopefully we click the right way. Okay. Okay, that's 17, so we need to do this at least 1 more time. Okay, that's 19. So 1 more should do it. And that's blackjack, 21. Okay. Bam, target you, pay X. Turn 6, but we were waiting on the draw, so bam! Face you for 21. So this deck, I'm very open to suggestion. I definitely think there's a way to improve this as far as what the right numbers of each card are. Maybe I know I could put Ponders or Preordains or something and go more cantrip heavy and have fewer combo pieces. But I feel like that's kind of the same thing. I'm not sure what the math is. If that's just wasting time. I know that these should both be more Voyaging Satyrs, so I can do that. It's just, I thought theoretically the second ability could come up, so I wanted to give it a try. It's never come up, so it's probably strictly worse than Satyr. Um, but after swapping a Masks for Cruise, I'm pretty happy with that. That seems to work just fine in the deck, because, you always have plenty of mana. That's tempting, because we just need a land. We just need a forest, but again, there's very few lands in the deck, so we have to mull. And this we can keep begrudgingly. I mean, it doesn't do anything unless we draw. Yeah, but I'm not gonna mulling again. Doesn't really help. And we do draw a card for our turn here, so okay. I mean, that's not what we want really. At first, I thought Abundant Growth would be good, but that doesn't actually give you plus mana. That just draws you a card and fixes your mana. So that's not really going to help the deck. And yeah, it's obviously a lot faster with Freed from the Real because you're paying 1 mana each time instead of 3. Oh God, Virulent Sliver is very bad. That presents a very fast clock. Okay. So we need to draw a draw spell or a burn spell very quickly here. Huh, that's pretty dope. I've never seen that card before. I never played. I'm assuming that's Kamigawa block. Maybe I'm being racist, but no. I mean, I'm assuming that's what that is because I never played that block, so I don't know. Whoa, 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 what happened? What happened? How'd he kill my dude? How did my Sunlance? Sunlance? What? Okay. Okay, well, that's not the end of the world here. But it's not good. Costs us some time, some precious time. I'm sorry, I'm just in shock. I forgot Sunlands existed. I mean, some of the white weenie decks play it, but it's not it's not a common. Oh God, double poisons here with these virulent slivers. Um, things are not looking good. I mean, I could just play Alchemist here. I mean, I'd really like to gain some more mana to play more than one thing in a turn. But let's just stem the bleeding for now. As, I mean, even if he plays a Lord, I can block at least. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe I could have waited one more turn to do that. I don't know. See what our opponent does here. What the slippery slivers have up their sleeves. Yeah, he's playing a Lord. He's going to attack with both, I'm sure. We're going to get 2 more poisons, which is not good. Yeah, that was probably wrong. That was probably just wrong. I think we're kind of just in trouble here anyway. Another Sunlance? You're out of control. Um, that's just game. That's just game. All right. Well, we went off once, so I consider it a success. So we'll see if